Hello, once again from Rostrevor area newsbite. First story, I beg your pardon, up this week has to be, of course, the great senior championship win over RGU Downpatrick last Friday night, and an exceptional performance by the whole team, but particularly Gareth Clark, who saved a penalty. There was footage of it doing the rounds, and Clarky will dine out nothing for the next 12 months, no doubt. But well done till all involved. And up again, of course, in round two. This Friday night is against Breda. But to tell you a wee bit more about that and to give us the other club notes for the week, we are now going to go over to a pre-recording with Club PRO Richie Reynolds.
Hello and welcome to St Bruno's GAA Club Notes for this week. Firstly, I'd like to start with the Senior Football Championship. So the result from last week, Rostrevor beat Downpatrick in the first round and were subsequently drawn against Breda in the second round. The second round will now take place on Friday night at 7:30 p.m. in Park Edler. The game is all ticket. Ticket requests have to be in with the club by Tuesday evening, and anyone who requested a ticket will have to pick it up from 8 p.m. tomorrow night, Thursday, at the social club. There will probably be some tickets available on the My Ticket app, but we'll not know that until after our tickets are distributed. But thankfully, the game is being live streamed, so it'll be streamed on parktv.com on Friday night, and anyone will be able to view it. Payment details for that are yet to be published. In the first round, it was free of charge, but the word was that the second round onwards there would be a charge for the streaming. But at least with the reduced numbers to be able to get inside the ground, we can access a stream for Rostrevor's second round game, which wasn't available in the first round. Then the senior ladies also play in the championship this weekend. They have a group stage format, but again, the games are all ticket. The tickets will be available through the My Ticket app as well, and anyone entering the ground will have to have a ticket. Entry will be refused if you don't have a ticket, so please get onto the My Ticket app and order your tickets for the senior ladies match, which is on Saturday evening at 7 p.m. at home to Annie. The results from the last week are running along the bottom of your screen now. And there are a few fixtures this week. They're also going along the bottom of the screen. But as mentioned, the senior men play on Friday night in the championship at 7:30 in Newry. The senior ladies play on Saturday night in the championship at 7 p.m. in Paddock Park. Then the under-13s also play at home in Paddock Park at 10:30 on Saturday morning. And our under-11 boys are away to Newry Bosco at 11 a.m. on Sunday morning. In regard to the underage seasons, a lot of them are coming to the end now. Obviously, it was a short season due to the COVID restrictions, and the competitive leagues are coming to an end. Now, the Club Football Development Committee are currently looking at how we can maybe extend it safely for all of our underage players. We'll be doing an analysis of the club season for all of our underage teams over the next week or so and decide what course of action we want to put into the autumn and winter to prolong the season if that is a safe thing to do for our players. Another aspect of our juvenile development was a Fun Fit Sports Camp, which was run last week by senior ladies manager Martin Keenan, who is also owner of Fun Fit Sports. He was helped by Anne-Marie McGee and Gemma McGee, two senior ladies footballers, and 30 children enjoyed a fantastic weekend of weather and sport in Pettit Park. Obviously, there was no crew camps this year, and St Bruno's GAA summer camp didn't take place, so this went a short way to rectifying that and giving the children a week of enjoyment, sport, and outdoor activity, which they've maybe been lacking over the last number of months with their friends. So thanks very much to Marty and to the two girls for a week of great fun. And some of the pictures here you can see on the screen now. Finally, the club lotto results from last week. The winning numbers were 3, 8, 16 and 21. And the three number winners are on your screen now. There was no jackpot winner. So this week's jackpot, tomorrow, Thursday, will be £3,800. We'd like to remind everyone about the Club Funder link and how you can play online. Check our social media pages for the link, and we'd ask you to contribute. You contribute £5 is the minimum, but you can contribute £5 as in £1 a week for 5 weeks. You don't have to pay £5 every week. There was some confusion about the minimum over the last number of weeks. But if you want to spread it out, you can pay a minimum of £5 over 5 weeks, and that's only one line a week. So hopefully that clears up for everyone. Thank you.
And my thanks once again to Richie for his weekly notes. Richie had touched on it there. The Rostrevor Brady game, numbers are still very much restricted that can attend, and the game has been streamed live on Friday night. And immediately following this programme at 8 o'clock tonight on Destination Uri TV, I will be taking part in one of our weekly GAA shows to review week 1, preview week 2, and talk about those other issues, about how to access the online stream of that game and other games that are on over the weekend. So, Richie, thanks once again for that. Moving on, people probably can't help but have noticed, and it may just, in fact, it probably just is coincidental, but there seems to be an awful lot of digging going on around the streets of the village this past while. One issue that was brought to my attention over the weekend, and I'm glad to see the council have already acted on it. There was a burst water main up at the graveyard at the bottom of the hill. So I just checked it out this evening. They have a dugout, they have the ground opened up, and they have it taped off. So that tells me that they found the problem with actual leak is, but the repair is not yet complete. I expect that to be sorted within the next day or two. Another thing that had been brought to my attention was there was an NI water manhole cover that had come loose right at the junction of the Warren Point Road and St. Coleman's Gardens, and every single time a vehicle drove over it, there was a clicking noise, and people might wonder, well, what was the big deal? But it's a very big deal if you're living immediately adjacent to that, and residents are listening to that click 24 hours a day. So it seemed to go on for weeks. Now, NI Water were informed a number of weeks ago when there's a big blue X through the lid. But I'm delighted to report that that work was finally undertaken today, and hopefully it's all been reset and there's no more clicking. And the people in St. Coleman's and neighbouring properties, especially those with new babies, can sleep soundly now from here on in. Now, on nearly on every street corner, there's digging going on this past while to put in full fibre broadband, and I mean they're just the top and the corner of every estate and every road. So, not sure what the actual work is that's involved there. I know they are setting boxes into each area that obviously require more cables and more equipment than the current boxes, or it may well be just additionality in preparation for the rollout of fibre optic right throughout the village. So while that's to be, that sort of investment is always to be welcomed, it is an inconvenience and a hassle when the work's getting done, but the guys seem to be getting through it rightly. And if everybody just has a wee bit of patience, it'll not be long to their heading back around the Monument Corner with that work complete. And another wee bit of news about the roadworks between Rostrevor and Warren Point. People will finally be able to say a breath of relief when they find out that the works are due to conclude and the site is due to reopen completely by this Friday. Now, I was assured that last weekend. I know a lot of the times that site appeared that there was no one working on it for days on end, but the lights were still in place and the ensuing chaos, particularly at the weekends. The biggest issue there was because of the locality along the shorefront there. In some places, there was a 12-day curing period for the concrete that had to be backfilled. So whilst the guys may not have been working on the site, there still was a period there when the concrete had to set. So all being well, everything will be wrapped up. Contractor will be gone by this Friday. Now, we've talked about work going on around the village that's on the ground, there's also an awful lot of work going on around the village above the ground, because there's a major program rollout at the moment to change all the streetlights throughout the village. Now, this is an initiative that eventually is going to be run right throughout the country, and there's thousands of lights involved. In fact, there'll probably be a few thousand lights in our own parish and our own village itself. So that work had started last year, and then it seemed to stop. But the contractor seems to be in now and has knocked out 4 or 5 estates within the past number of weeks. So I'm assuming that they have been given the contract to wipe out the village, but they would obviously have a program of works. The LED lights, of course, are much easier energy-wise to run. The first ones that were put into Rostrevor was a couple of years ago in Carrickbawn, and it's a different type of light, but I've never had one complaint from Carrickbawn. They don't seem to give out as much light pollution. If seeing them and the effect that they have, the light that they actually give out on the ground, and for people to be able to get in and around, out through their doors and in and around their estates, it doesn't seem to be any less, but it seems to be less light pollution leaking up the ways. So they're probably actually a more efficient light all around, but I certainly never had any complaints, and it'll be good to see that program of works complete in the village. Just one thing I wanted to mention too, Cathal, was a number of months ago I put these here out around the village. These was the recycling bags, the normal points of collection, town hall and so on and so forth. They had all been closed. I think they are available at the household recycling centres, but I have a limited supply here at the house. So if anybody needs a restock on them, I give quite a few out at the start of COVID, or certainly at the start of the summer. And I have some more. So if anybody would needs more green bags, feel free to call them, feel free to message me, or alternatively, I can drop them up to the house. And I've seen a wee message coming in there from my cousin, Eugene Stokes. So Eugene, it's good to know you're watching. At least there's one, at least there's one person watching that I know of. So I hope you're keeping well, and everybody, your mummy and that's keeping well. And I'll end this week, Cathal, on a wee bit of good news. My next door neighbour, Mary Mcgrath, sister of Catherine, daughter of Matthew and Claire. Mary, I'm delighted to say, that's her in the middle there, returned home safely today from a year in Australia. And what a peculiar year it has been on so many levels, but we're all very thankful that she's home and home safely at that. And her daddy, Matthew, as people are probably well aware, he plays from the couch in his own living room on Wednesday nights at 8:30, and rumour has it that Mary may join him in a tune tonight. So tune in to Matthew or Claire's Facebook page. I'm not sure if it's either or both, and check that out tonight, and no doubt it'll be a good night's crack. Now, one final item then I just wanted to mention was that the what's that we're going to show there, Cathal? That's Sean Parr's penalty. I wasn't expecting that. So that's Sean Parr's penalty, scoring this against Downpatrick last Friday night. I don't know. I didn't know that was coming up. Sorry. And this is Gareth Clark's save. And that would be good enough to make any highlights, national highlights program. So well done, Clarky. That was that save, along with a few point blank saves, very much got Rostrevor over the line. So listen, I just wanted to finish up by saying that there's expected changes tomorrow in relation to restrictions. In a lot of ways, we're heading in the wrong direction at the wrong time of year. And could I just plead with people, particularly to be respectful of shop owners. We all now are meant to be wearing our masks, going into the shops, going into these local businesses. These are the places that sustained us in the tough 5 months that we've just come through. I know a lot of small businesses, it's just not in their nature to ask people to put on masks before they enter the shop. So please don't put shop owners in that position. Please adhere to the guidance and the regulations, because this thing has not gone away, and the numbers are slowly but surely heading in the wrong direction. And I don't want to be alarmist, but these are the realities, and we all still have a role to play in this regard. And not only in shops, in the chapel as well. I mean, if overnight, the numbers there indoors in the Republic has been dropped down again, and the outdoor, the numbers that could attend outdoor events was just, the guillotine was just put right through it as well. So I'm expecting some changes tomorrow when Stormont executive meets, and we'll not know what comes out of that. But everybody just has to stay alert and be alert, and together we'll fight this, and together we'll beat this. So that's it for me until next week. Like I said earlier, if you want to tune in again at 8 o'clock, we are doing our weekly GAA show. And otherwise, feel free as always to contact me. I'll give anybody a shout out going forward on any Wednesday night, birthdays, celebrations, anniversaries, or whatever else you can think of. So thank you. Bye-bye.